I heard negotiating, I heard advocating, I heard making calls, arguing. Those are things that an extrovert would be great at, right? And then other things I heard you talk about was just the behind the scenes work, the financial piece of things, the bylaws, right? Really getting in between the lines. An introvert will be great at diving into those tasks. Absolutely. We'll keep this one whole group actually, no think time. I'll give you think time and then someone can actually just share the answer. How do introverts and extroverts bring unique value, again, your organization, to your organization or the Greek community? We just talked about some specific roles, specific tasks, but let's think about the value. Like what I've seen in Greek life, in my personal experience, is less grassroots, less relationship building, more social media. That's how we attract people. People join your organizations because they rock with you. They like you. They're like, you know what, Charles is cool. Let me check out his fraternity. Let me just see. Right? That's how you gain membership. It's not even because the event is fire. It's because somebody had a personal connection with you. Work isn't necessarily happening all the time in every organization. Right? Just like in sports, great coaches, you put people in position to win. And so you want to be just as intentional when you're thinking about a project, when you're thinking about certain things in your organization that need to get done. Does this person have the skills? Am I setting them up for success? Or am I holding them to an expectation that is much more difficult to meet because it's not a strength of theirs? And that doesn't mean you can't put someone who is not an extrovert in front, but it does mean I need to coach them up and prepare them for that moment. I can't just throw them out there on the deep end. And I feel like I want to help y'all with how to push people that maybe are not in those areas. So for introverts, a way to get them more involved, right? To take advantage of that, because that doesn't mean they're going to step into that role. You might want them to work with finances. That doesn't mean they're going to want to do that. They may not see that as a strength or a sense of pride for themselves. So the way that you call up someone who's an introvert is you affirm and you ask for their voice. So for extroverts, you still affirm, you still name the choice, but this time you ask for their influence. Typically, extroverts have a lot of social capital. They know a lot of people. They can get a lot of people to the party, or to the event, right? People listen to them. Sometimes they're the loudest in the room. That can be leveraged, right? That can be an advantage. So here's some ways you can ask for their influence. Whether you fall primarily in the extrovert or introvert bucket, the goal is not to stay there. If you're the extrovert, the social butterfly, you need to be able to handle the chapter finances if that's what it comes to. You need to develop yourself in that area. You need to be more detail oriented. You need to be able to work more solo. You need to be better in one-on-one conversations. So you need to push yourself there. The opposite is true. If you consider yourself an introvert, you need to be doing some public speaking, right? You need to be doing something where you're in front of people. You need to be the face of the organization. Now, we could take baby steps, right? But you don't want to just sit in one bucket. You need to think about, how can I grow myself if I'm primarily in one bucket or the other?